Hello. Today I'm going to go over another resource that the library has access to and that we can share with our community. It's called Learning Express. Learning Express is a suite of highly acclaimed e-learning solutions that gives you interactive tutorials, practice tests, ebooks, flashcards, and articles for people who are wanting to build academic skills, do test prep, and then maybe work on some career development or other important subjects. This could be useful for middle schoolers and high schoolers, college students, and adults, or those who are transitioning to those other areas of life. So let's get started. First, we'll need to navigate to our online resources. It may require you to log in, which is pretty simple. You'll simply put in the barcode, which is the number on the back of your library card here, your PIN, which will be a 4 to 6 digit password you would have set with your account. Don't worry if you forgot it. You can come down here, click on Forgot Your PIN, and reset your password. Once you're logged in, simply come down here to where it says Learning Express Library 3.0 and click on it. This is what your page should look like once you are on the Learning Express. First things first, before we get to looking in, let's go on creating an account. So up here where it says sign in or register, you can click on it. And if you already have an account, simply sign in. If not, we'll register. So what you'll have to do is select library card for how you would like to register, and then put in your number again. Once you've put in your library card number, it should take you to this next screen. It should already have your institution filled in. If not, change it to the Davis County Public Library, and then you'll want to put in your first and last name, your email, and then create a password, and then hit register, and that's it. Once you log in, it may take you to your My Center page, which is going to give you things you've started on. So maybe tests, tutorials, ebooks you're looking at, and then maybe things such as resumes, letters, searches you've done, schools to look for schools or scholarships. And we'll talk about a little bit more about that later. So for now, we're just going to go to Home, where it has all this information that might be of interest to you or someone you know. So let's first start with the School Center, which will have resources for classroom and homework success, and has it split between elementary, middle, and high school. And we're going to look at high school for right now. So I'll click on it, and it'll show a breakdown of different skills. So mathematics, English, science, social studies, technology, and logic and reasoning. And it'll have different practices in between, some tutorials, and maybe some ebooks. So let's look at some biology practice under science. When you click on it, it'll show you what's available. So for this, it looks like it just has an ebook, which you could click on and download and access. And as you can see, it's giving me a pretty large document of 141 pages that contains information on how to be successful in 20 minutes a day. And it breaks it down into different lessons to give you that information. It will tell you here in the introduction how to use the book, and as you scroll through, it'll just give some pretest information to see where your knowledge is at, to give you a gauge of where you're starting and then where you end up as you go through all the information to see how much it's changed. And much like a textbook, it just kind of gives you the information you need and gives you practices in between. So let's go back. We can click up here to go back to where we need to be, or you can click up here to go to some of the other areas. So let's click back to high school, and let's say we're going to look at algebra practices. As you can see here, it has a lot more information than just the one ebook. It actually has tests that you can take. So I could say Seeing Structures and Expressions Practice 2. I could click on Start Test. It's going to load the test up. And it'll tell you what the test is about, how to take it, details such as how many questions, and then you can choose a test mode. So for the simulation, test stops when the timer is up. So if you want to make it more like a test you're going to typically see in a classroom, or if you're having to take like the GED or ACT that's going to be time sensitive, you may quick select that to give yourself better idea of how well you can answer questions and what your pacing is like. Practice, just practice your leisure, and then learner, so you can view the answers to each question as you go along to help you study. So maybe you're still not getting it, or there's a few questions that just still seem obtuse to you, so you go that to see what their explanation and reasoning is. And then we can come down here and just see those other information on how to take a test. And then I can hit start test under practice, and then it's going to give me questions and I'll simply answer them. You can jump to a specific question, you can go next, you can finish later if you want, or you can score your test. So maybe I just click on a few answers here, say 7 or 3 or whatever you want to, and then say score my test. Oh, I didn't fill them all out. It'll have me jump to them. So it keeps you from forgetting a question, and then we'll just put in some other numbers for these. You can always clear an answer if you realize you had it wrong. No, hit score test. Oh, apparently I still didn't click that one. Or it's not that it clicked, it wanted me to drag it to figure out, I guess, the way the problem runs. I can hit score my test, tell me none are unanswered, hit score, and it's going to give me a score of the question, what I got wrong, my total percentages, and then it'll give me some recommendations of maybe how I can develop myself to get a better score. So let's head back to home now that we've looked at that. Again, you can always search up here to find test tutorials or ebooks if you specifically know what you're looking for. Maybe you're in your senior year and you're having to get ready for college, or your junior year and you're having to take the ACT. You can click here and go through these little areas to see what you want. So maybe I'm about to take the ACT, I'm a junior, figure out how prepared I am for college. And as you can see, it has tutorials for different areas and then practice tests. And the same for these other areas. So maybe you're a senior who's taking AP exams, and it's going to have preparation for all those different AP exams. So we'll come back up here, ACT, and let's click on the reading test preparation tutorial. So it looks like it just has the one tutorial. We'll click on it. And this is where it'll take you to. So it has 3 units on overview, comprehension skills, and strategies for answering specific types of questions. And then it'll give you a little bit of information, so you can take a pretest, or you can begin the tutorial, or you click on any unit to the left up here if you just want to start somewhere else. So let's say start the tutorial. It looks like it's going to give me a overall picture of it. You can always save and finish later if you don't have time to finish it all right here and there. And up here in the left hand corner, I can click on previous or next to go through the information. So here it's telling me the types of questions and giving me different examples of it. So that could be very helpful for someone who may not know how the test looks like. You can also come up here and click on centers to go to all those different areas. So when we looked at school center, it's showing all 3 of those areas, elementary, middle, and high. For the college students, if they need to review some of those skills, prepare for maybe a college placement exam, something like adult core skills to work on your reading, writing, or math. And then there's also computer skills if you need to work with computer information that's in Spanish. And then there's job and career accelerators to help you find a career. At the very top, if you need help building a resume or job letters, you can do that. And then career preparation for adults who maybe people or high schoolers that don't want to go to college and would rather look for alternative type schooling, whether that be an apprenticeship or something like maybe cosmetology school instead of a 2 to 4 year college. what is your more normalized experience. And as you can see, as I go back to home, it's asking me to, if I want to save and finish later, I could hit save, or I can close without saving or just cancel. For me, I'm going to close without saving. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of information to navigate the website and find the information you want. If you do need any help with anything, feel free to contact the library. And I imagine they could get you in contact with someone who would be able to help. Most likely it would be me. My name is Trevor Pirard. You can always ask for me if you need any help. Thanks once again for using the library services, and have a wonderful day.